After backlash this Saturday in Puerto Rico, they're now in Jacksonville for their big flagship show. They're running in Tony Khan's backyard. What would he think? Well, he should realize that they've been running shows before he was around. Nevertheless, I'm John Rant with my review of WWE Raw. Yeah, not exactly the strongest intro, but you know what? There were parts of the show that I like, and after Backlash had a really monumentally energetic crowd. One of the most energetic and energized crowds that they've had in quite a while. This was a bit of a bring down. Honestly, I can't really blame Jacksonville. It's been a while since they've seen good wrestling. Oh, that was a bit of a shot. In all seriousness, this tournament's messy. It's messy. There was good quality wrestling on this show. I'm a little bit worried what's going to happen with, these finalized rosters, because I don't think they're going to be finalized. I think we're going to get trades, and we're going to get people crossing over. The whole free agent thing, you could have just had the tournament take place with Raw talent. Because, quite frankly, they probably should have just done 16 people on Raw. They don't have 16 people? Oh, yeah, they do. They got enough people. They could just feed people to the eventual winners. And you could have had this thing continue for a while, because it doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, it doesn't. So, Backlash Fallout. Yes, the tournament. Big old hype package with people from Raw and SmackDown, even though the World Heavyweight Championship is exclusive to Raw. So the person, if they won from SmackDown, would have to go to Raw, thereby nullifying the draft just a few weeks in. Make it make sense, you stupid sons of bitches. The fuck is wrong with you all? Speaking of what the fuck is wrong with people, okay, let's just try this right here before I dive into the rest of the goddamn review. Boy, it'd be really nice if all these, all this gun violence would stop, if all these people could feel like they could go to the mall or just play hide and seek or just generally exist as human beings, regardless of whether they're straight, men, women, LGBTQ, just human beings. They could just exist without worrying about being gunned down by frickin' lunatics of all kinds. Seriously, this is ridiculous. It's not just limited to this country, but it's happening so goddamn frequently. It's frustrating. It's absolutely goddamn monumentally stupid. I do not understand what is wrong with just being reasonable, responsible gun owners. And maybe these reasonable, responsible gun owners need to tell all of these idiots that clearly are unhinged fucking morons and all these other people, these NRA blood-soaked, money-grubbing sons of bitches, maybe let's be responsible about this stuff so innocent people can stop being gunned down in schools, in the mall, everywhere. This has to stop. This has to fucking stop. People don't want to go anywhere because they are worried about being targeted or just being caught in the crossfire by morons. And by the way, if you are one of the people that agrees, that gun reform should happen while being a gun owner, a responsible gun owner, I appreciate you, because there's nothing wrong with wanting to protect yourself and owning weapons. There's nothing wrong with that. But anybody who thinks, we need to protect ourselves, America or whatever, all these illegals, all this stuff, or all these gays are going to come and do this stuff to our children, you're all fucking morons. You don't deserve to have family. Your family should leave you, abandon you. You should die alone and afraid. As far as I'm goddamn concerned, you're all as complicit as the people pulling the goddamn triggers. I'm sick of this. I've had it. And I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted from this goddamn shit. I'm so fucking exhausted. I'm so fucking tired. I'm so fucking tired of people not doing something about it. People in positions of power that could do something about it. But no, everybody just wants to be the ones responsible instead of coming together to protect citizens. Other countries have enacted this stuff and have been able to drastically prevent a lot of gun violence. But no, we can't, because America. So yeah, if you are one of the people that agrees with people like Tucker Carlson or Ron DeSantis or a bunch of other people that are goddamn morons, or if you voted for Trump, fuck you, get the fuck off my channel, get the fuck out of America. You don't belong here, because you aren't a good representation of a good quality human being, or even a quality human being, or even a human being. that is pretty much all I have to say right there. I really don't care if I lose subscribers at this point, because I just run a small channel and I'll say whatever, because I really don't give a good goddamn shit anymore. I'm sick of this stuff. I am sick of looking over my goddamn shoulder, and there isn't even a lot of stuff that happens in my goddamn state. It's so ridiculous. Texas, so many of these states where good people just want to live and just want to do things. But no, all these gun lobbyists have to get all nuts and have to be all stupid and have to just go balls to the wall when they realize that thoughts and prayers don't work. If you think that Jesus needs me in school, well, guess what? Given how Jesus probably looked if he actually existed, you probably would have gunned him down too. You're all goddamn cowards, you're morons, and you don't deserve to call yourself, you don't deserve to call yourself human beings, because you're not. You're not. So thanks to everybody that actually is reasonably minded that wants positive change. I'm just sick of this stuff, and I had to rant about it, and if I lose people, if I lose people that want to have contact with me, I don't care. I'm just one person. All I can do is just shout about it. There are people in positions of power that can actually do something, but those who don't, fuck you. You don't deserve it. I hope that nothing bad happens to your children, because if something bad happens, maybe you'll want to have that changed. Maybe you will, but you're all gutless cowards. That's all you ever are. So, let's get back to the review, shall we? Yeah, Raw. Cody is back in Jacksonville. References his time in AEW. This was my home during the pandemic. We know you did really, really bad shit. And we show the bracket. It's 6 on the Raw side, 6 on the SmackDown side, 2 triple threats, and then a singles match, and then 2 triple threats and a singles match. You could have made this smarter. You could have been smarter, but you didn't want to be smarter. You wanted to make it convoluted. Whatever. They have no idea what they're doing. But they show the bracket, they show some stuff, and then boom, he's suddenly on the stage, and I will be the World Heavyweight Champion. And suddenly here's Seth Pheasant Rollins. No history between these guys. And then he's going to cut another promo. No, he's going to soak in the singing that may or may not have been piped in. I don't know. If you were in attendance, please tell me. And then we get Backlash recaps of Bad Bunny and Priest, which was the biggest spectacle of the weekend easily. And here's Kathy with Priest. I have unreasonable thoughts when I see Kathy, and I mean that with respect. She is so gorgeous. He is determined to win the tournament. About that. So, Priest entrance, Nakamura entrance, nearly 25 minutes into a 3-hour program, we get Rollins versus Priest versus Nakamura. They kept up the pace. They did some good stuff. I'm probably not going to review these matches in detail because, honestly, I'm sick of these multiple-person matches. Man, women, animal, vegetable, mineral, I don't care at this point. Some good near falls, some good shit. Frog splash while Nakamura had Priest in a figure four, and then he had a pedigree 1, 2, 3, and Nakamura got pinned. Welcome to Raw, Nakamura. They wrote themselves into a corner here. Imperium, they taunt Tozawa, and he runs. Now Tozawa apparently is just somebody that runs away from conflict. He did it again later. And then they talk to Zayn and Owens, who say, hey, we'll talk in a bit. We'll talk in 5 minutes. And then, I believe it was Kaiser did this. And Owens said, it's very hard for me to talk with his finger in my face. Stop thinking about Ludwig's finger. You know who you are. Stop thinking about it. No, I know you're thinking about it. I wonder if he's going to get that. So anyway, they'll have a match later. He says General Weird because Owens just doesn't give a fuck. He'll say whatever. Ali makes it. It's Ali, who's a free agent versus Otis. Just give Ali his release and let him go somewhere. Just give him a severance package and let him go somewhere and stop with this Otis and Gable and Maximum Male Model shit. This is stupid. This is bad television. This is bad for everything serious that they're trying to do on the show. There's entertainment, then there's this bullshit. Ali won, shockingly, despite being a free agent. I don't know what they're trying to do here. I mean, I have nothing against Ali getting a win, but it never goes anywhere, so why would I care? Cody entrance for the second time in 50 minutes. This isn't the only time that we find out about Cody, or we see Cody, and see recaps of Cody, and hear from Cody. Cody. Cody versus Miz versus Balor. I said, Brock is apparently here. And then Brock picks up Cody later in the match because I didn't give a shit because Miz is involved. And also, while I respect Balor, kind of over him. I don't really think he's ever fit in the Judgment Day. Brock stops Cody from getting the pin, hits an F5 on the outside. Balor hits a very stiff stomp. Balor is very stiff, going right deep into Miz's guts. There you go. There's something you guys can clip. And 1, 2, 3. And I was worried that Miz got really, really hurt. Like, I really was, actually, because I think he was, because he was talking to knock him earlier. He was really favoring his wrist. But anyway, the mic doesn't work at first because it was probably scared of Bork, and then Bork is screaming, I want to fight. Look at my face. He's got the hard way, and he's got the black guy, and all this. They're going to have a fight in Saudi Arabia. I mean, I think we all saw that coming. And good. The more Cody gets beaten down, the more I'm going to laugh. I'm going to continue to laugh at Cody getting beat down. You know why? Because it's funny. Because it's hilarious. And because maybe they can bring Brandy on, she can get F5'd. Because that will make Brock the ultimate babyface. That'll make up for the fact that he won the Money in the Bank in 2019. I will forever cheer Brock Lesnar if he F5's Brandy and sends her goddamn packing. She's never on a wrestling program again. So anyway... Cody will be taken to a local medical facility, I understand, for bruised ribs and anal bleeding. What? Wow. Recaps of Bork destroying Cody again. Rhea makes her entrance to face Dana Brooke. What is Dana Brooke doing? Her best. There was a clip going around of Dana Brooke trying to high-five a fan, and the fan either wasn't paying attention or I don't know, it was a bad angle. I'm not Dana Brooke's biggest fan. She has put in the work. She's never going to be any higher than she is. But she works hard. And credit to her, she has gone back. She has done training, other stuff. She knows that she needed to get better. She's in the gym, in the Performance Center a lot, or at least was a number of years ago. Probably still is. She's been with the company for 8 years, believe it or not. I mean, think about it. We're almost coming up on 8 years of her facing Asuka in Asuka's debut match on NXT at TakeOver Respect. Was it TakeOver Respect? It was the one with Sasha and Bayley in October of 2015. Rhea wins with the Clover Queef and then ends up beating her down a little bit more, and then Natty stops her. That's good. You want a quality match, you go to Natty. Natty versus Rhea, even with a short build in Saudi Arabia, I think will be quite good. NXT call-ups. And they do video packages on the various people that are being called up. And then we get Zayn Owens entrances. Don't worry, I'll talk about one of the call-ups here in a bit. Zayn Owens make their entrance. They face Imperium, Kaiser, and Vinci, and beat them down in about 10 minutes. It's a fine match. It's just, I know that generally when Imperium are wrestling, unless it's to win one match to build up to a title match where they'll lose, they're generally going to have their shoulders on the mat. Quality work, I just didn't care. Chelsea and Sonya had a petition signed. What petition? I don't know. I don't care. Because I love Sonya. I hate this Chelsea gimmick. I don't hate Chelsea. I just hate the gimmick. They had some random woman that was signing it. I don't know who that was. And then Xia Li, who is apparently on Raw. And I did a video on the Raw and SmackDown rosters and who was called up from NXT. And I genuinely forgot half the people that were called up. Or switched or whatever. And then the Way are back together. Good, good. Now I can skip some segments on this show. People like Index, that's fine. I got nothing against participants except the Gargano gnome, as it were, and Candice. And, oh, he's coming back soon. They're going to have Ciampa in the Way. Ciampa's apparently been out with an injury. They're going to reunite DIY, who have reunited more than Van fucking Halen at this point. And then they're probably going to split them up. And then they're going to have, not even, they had the final conflict at that takeover in 2021, I think, or was it 2020? I don't remember. I don't care. What was it? When did they have that match? That cinematic match that went on for about 18 years. Was it 2020, 2020? I think it was 2021. Anyway, nevertheless. So, the Way are there. And then we get basically Grandma Stark talking. And she finds Nikki Cross, and they're going to have a match a little bit later. And see, she went right to Nikki because Zoe was actually on the front lines of the people that helped discover and helped cohabitate Scotland. In fact, she was there during the various wars for Scottish independence. She even tried to help Ireland in 1916 or whatever, but she was currently sleeping because when you're older than Methuselah, you have to make sure that you actually get a nap in for a couple fucking years. But then Backlash, 6-man recaps, and Roman is back on Friday. Hooray! Hoorah! Wait, who's Roman? I forgot who the hell he was. Zoe Stark versus Nikki Cross. Almost said Zoe Cross. Zoe Cross sounds like some kind of weird motocross individual. Ha! Zoe won, and good God, the crowd didn't care. My God, did Jacksonville take a bunch of NyQuil? Oh, no, wait, it was Zoe Stark. Who's good in the ring? It's just boring as fuck. I mean, she had to have been thrilled making her Raw debut. She was already a 40-year veteran by the time Raw had debuted. And then got to work, then would have wanted to work with Moolah and Mae Young and see the show where Medusa was the final champion and then dropped the title in on Nitro. In fact, she was there when Jim Crockett Sr. was running Jim Crockett Promotions. I will stop these jokes one day. No, I won't. Yeah, Zoe wins, and the crowd goes goddamn mild. It was like they were put to sleep. Like Benoit got a hold of them. The dogs are in the enclosed pool area, and the garage door is open. So anyway, Xavier and Tozawa talk to Dominic. Rhea steps in, and Xavier and Dominic are going to have a match later. Oh boy. Oh boy. So anyway, Trish, holy fuck is what I wrote down. God, she looks amazing. She's saying Becky isn't going to be here. You can jeer Becky all you want. She's not going to be here. She said, you know, her dumb daughter. She mentioned that because Trish just is thinking, because Trish, look, is she trying to be a little bit too hard to be a heel? Yes. But can she be a vicious heel? Yes. And she was like, she did the music thing. It was like Shawn Michaels doing the Bret Hart music in Montreal, and it was great. And she got them. And then, second music cue. I didn't tell you to hit it again. It was Becky. And Becky is going to come around Trish. I just wonder if Trish is, coming back to battle Becky, and I think that actually might be pretty good. But my question is, can Becky be arrested for beating up the elderly? Will you be serious? And then they're checking on Cody. Oh no, he's hurt. God, how unfortunate. He's favoring his ribs. Oh, I have such sympathy. I don't want him to be hurt. I really don't. I just don't like Cody. I don't care for Cody. I have not cared for Cody for a number of years because I find him to be a disingenuous, insincere, fake talent. Not in the ring. He can do stuff in the ring, but he is fake. And I hate you. You know how much I hate dealing with somebody when I use the word fake. Because there ain't nothing fake about wrestling, but Cody as a persona is fake. Xavier then lost to Dominic. I didn't care. People could say Dominic has improved. Well, he couldn't have gotten any worse. I still don't care. Still don't like Dominic. And I don't care for the New Day. I'm sorry. I zoned out. Dominic won. Yay. Why is Jinder on my television in 2023? Veer finally came back to Raw. Or came in Raw. And Sangha is also there. You know, Indashare actually can cut decent promos. They don't need Jinder. In fact, WWE does not need Jinder. I don't want him to not have a paycheck. I just don't want to see him. Nakamura and Miz. Just let Nakamura go back to Japan for a few months. If you were going to pair him with Miz or try to make an unlikely tag teams rarely if ever work. And I'm sorry, but this stuff with the Miz is atrocious. And Nakamura just is sleepwalking through this stuff. And I don't blame him because why put effort into this? Then Liv and Raquel they scribble on the little petition for Sonya and Chelsea and say, oh, we'll face you. No, we plan to face Damage Control after they beat you. Apparently that match is happening this week and I didn't know. Or I didn't care. Since Raquel's involved, I didn't care. But that being said, Liv looked good. That's always good. More Cody. Oh, joy. God, more recaps. That was funny. And then more Cody talking. Yes, I will fight Brock Lesnar, and you will be boring to me. You fake fuck. Go home to your wife and your kid. The kid ain't stupid. That poor kid. Cry more, Liv. You know that's why he named her that. Anyway, Raw rundown. And then Balor versus Rollins. Tournament semifinals. They made him work twice. They did a callback spot with the barricade where Finn had injured his shoulder at SummerSlam 2016, had to relinquish the Universal Championship. And it was well worked. Rollins kept favoring his arm and eventually hit a stomp. 1, 2, 3. There you go. I'm of two minds when it comes to Rollins. He's really good in the ring, and sometimes I enjoy the singing, oh, the pheasant stuff, but it's just, and I call it the pheasant stuff because he's dressed like a pheasant most days. But some parts of Raw just irk me, and some of it feels samey. Let's see what happens after Night of Champions, if everybody leaves with their heads attached. And on that note, agree, disagree what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.